the UN General Assembly voted overwhelmingly to disavow Israeli ties to Jerusalem as part of 6 anti-Israel resolutions it approved on Thursday in New York. The vote was 151 in favor and 6 against, with 9 abstentions. The resolution came as the Trump administration was rumored to be actively considering relocating its embassy to Jerusalem. Be the first to know, join our Facebook page. Function, D.S.ID, var.js, fjs equal d get elements tag name, s, 0, if, d get element bid, id, return, js equal d create element, s, js.id equal id, JSSRC equal / connect facebook.net/n_us/all JS number xfbml equal 1 and app ID equal 1634148068997, FJS parent node insert before, JS, FJS, document, script, Facebook JS SDK. The president has said that he has given serious consideration to the matter, and we're looking at it with great care. U.S. State Department spokeswoman Heather Nauert said. She added that U.S. President Donald Trump had until December 4 to make a decision on the embassy relocation or waive the matter for another 6 months. In New York, only 6 countries out of 193 UN member states fully supported Israel's ties. Jerusalem, Canada, Marshall Islands, Micronesia, Nauru, the United States and Israel itself. The 9 countries who abstained were Australia, Cameroon, Central African Republic, Honduras, Panama, Papua New Guinea, Paraguay, South Sudan, and Togo. The resolution stated that any actions taken by Israel, the occupying power, to impose its laws, jurisdiction, and administration on the holy city of Jerusalem are illegal and therefore null and void and have no validity whatsoever. These words fall in line with similar resolutions approved in 2015 and 2016 by the United Nations Educational, Scientific, and Cultural Organizations, UNESCO, including the resolution's omission of the title Temple Mount, using instead only the Arabic term for the site, Haram al-Sharif. The UNGA's Jerusalem resolution called for respect for the historic status quo at the holy places of Jerusalem, including the Haram al-Sharif, in word and practice. But the UNESCO votes are taken in smaller committees or boards and do not have the same representative power as the UNGA to measure the global opinion of UN member states. The voting patterns of many of Israel's allies, particularly the EU, also differ. In New York, the same countries that oppose or abstain from anti-Israel votes at UNESCO or the UN Human Rights Council often support such texts at the UNGA. On Thursday, all the EU member states voted against Israel and in favor of the Jerusalem resolution, including countries that abstained or opposed the same text at UNESCO. In a statement to the UNGA after the vote, the EU warned it would change its stance on such texts in the future unless the language was more neutral. The EU stresses the need for language on the holy sites of Jerusalem to reflect the importance and historical significance of the holy sites for the 3 monotheistic religions, the Estonian representative said on behalf of the EU. The future choice of language may affect the EU's collective support for the resolution. She added Mexico also voted against Israel with regard to the Jerusalem resolution, even though Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu had just lauded the country for its support of Israel at the UN. Kenya, which recently hosted Netanyahu, also voted against the resolution with regard to Jerusalem on Thursday. Israel's representative at the meeting said the omission of Judaism's holiest site, the Temple Mount, was deliberate and yet another instance of the Palestinian refusal to recognize the proven historic connection between Judaism, Christianity, and the Temple Mount. The U.S. opposed the resolutions. Its representative expressed disappointment that despite supposed support for reform, UN members continued to single out Israel this year alone. He said, the UN's bodies have approved 18 resolutions that were biased against Israel. This dynamic is unacceptable.